This is DFW Home Talk, where we educate you on the real facts of the local real estate, credit, and finance markets, empowering you to make informed decisions for you and your family, achieve financial goals, and the dream of home ownership with financial security. Now your host, Kimberly Beckham.
This is Matt Shultz. He's with Independence Title. He's a local attorney here, which is real unusual to find an attorney with a title company office to ensure that the transaction goes smoothly.
Right. It's definitely the exception to the rule. Not all title companies do have attorneys on staff and in-house. It's a really important question. You know, what exactly does a title company do? Like, you know, the peek behind the curtain. There's one on every single corner. Well, the first thing we do whenever we get a contract in is we're going to send down that information to our title plant. They're going to actually research the title. They're going to research the real property records to see who actually owns the property. Is the seller on the contract the person who actually owns it according to the real property records? Obviously an important point. The other thing we're going to do is look for any existing liens. You know, your most common lien is going to be a mortgage. You know, do they have a loan on the property? Do they have HOA liens? Have they been sued? Are there any judgments? Or, you know, has somebody been divorced? Is there a death in the chain of title? There's a lot that we work with, and we clear those title issues so that whenever we close, you know, everything conveys over to the buyer the right way. They don't have any adverse claims there. So
how far back do y'all go looking for that information?
This is one of my favorite things. We actually go back to when the Republic of Texas was formed. So you're talking about back to the sovereign. We're going to research every owner, showing that there's been no gap in that chain.
Oh, wow. I never knew that.
Yeah.
So that's great information. At the title, as far as the recording process, I know just recently I ran into a buyer that actually we are dealing with. The seller that's on the contract is not even the seller that owns the property. It's his ex-wife. So what happens during that process?
That happens quite often, either with an ex-spouse, or sometimes we'll have, you know, say a daughter comes and she's on the contract, but really it was her mom's property, but she passed away. So with divorces, with deaths, usually we'll have to either examine the final divorce decree, look in the probate records, and see how that title actually transferred over to get all the right parties in so that the person signing is the person who actually has the legal authority to sell.